Hello Bakugan Brawlers and welcome to another Bakugan video. As all of you know about prototype Bakugans, but not everyone is familiar with the prototype names of specific Bakugan, as there's a lot of Bakugans out there that have their prototype names. I've scoured the internet for hours and hours and I found in total 67 Bakugan prototype names. I believe this is the complete list of the prototype names from the Gen 1 Bakugan series. If you guys found something that I missed in this video, feel free to comment down below, as this is part of the Bakugan documentation history. And last thing, for the new Bakugan Brawlers out there, each Bakugan out there have their English names and their Japanese names. So I do not want you guys to get confused with the Japanese name and prototype names, as the prototype names are names that were used for the official name of that Bakugan is been announced. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. First up, we have Balatron, which is the prototype name of Robottolian. This can be clearly seen by the old HSP gate card called Balatron. Next up, we have Juggernaut, which is later be named as Saurus. The reason of it changing is that Juggernaut is the Japanese name for Juggernaut. So maybe that is one of the reasons why Saurus prototype name was changed from what it is known as now. And there is also an HSP card proving this point. Constrictor, which is now known as Serpenoid, used to be its prototype name, and like with Robottolian, it can be confirmed with a character card called Constrictor. This is from the HSP era. On to new Vestroia, we have a couple over here. The first one is Hawklia, and it is known now as Cosmic Ingram. We have a surprising one. This Bakugan prototype name used to be called Voltra, and now it is known as Neo Dragonoid. Kilroy used to be the prototype name for Wilda, and Pharaoh used to be the prototype name for Midnight Percival. And now this one is definitely a strange one, and excuse my pronunciation. Triacosaurus Nemes, very funny name, used to be the prototype name for Nemes. Motra is the prototype name for Pyro Dragonoid. And you can see a trend over here with the new Vestroia Bakugan. Most of these prototype names were Bakugan that are toy exclusive, which were never seen in the anime, except of Neo Dragonoid. Now on to Gundalian Invaders. The first one we have over here, this Bakugan's prototype name was Ultimate Weapon Dragonoid, which is now known as Dragonoid Colossus. Dartak's prototype name was Dart Dragonoid, a very cool prototype name in my opinion. And now on to Mechtanium Surge. This Bakugan's prototype name was Ravidian, and now it's known as Huridian. Nax, spelled N-A-C-S, was the prototype name for Jakor. This prototype name is from the BakuTech, or you could say the Japanese version of the Jakor release. Now on to BakuTech. There are 54 out of the 72 BakuTech Bakugans that have their own prototype name, which means 75% of all released BakuTech Bakugan has their own prototype name, which is insane. So if you guys like BakuTech, most probably your favorite BakuTech Bakugan has their own prototype name. Hero is Flare Dragon's prototype name. Flare Dragon 2 is Grand Dragon's prototype name. And Dragon type is Rise Dragon's prototype name. Liger, now known as Kilan Leonis, is the prototype name. Lion type is Shield Leonis prototype name. Falcon type is Trifalco's prototype name. Devil is Destroy Municus prototype name. Devil type is Hollow Municus prototype name. Vorganov is the prototype name for Blanchalt. Nightmare, a pretty cool name, was the prototype name for Dagorodos. Wyvern is Daifujo prototype name. This is a cool name. Azure Dragon type is Gif Generu's prototype name. Eternal Droid is Gravity Gnome's prototype name. Viagon is Gus Burnan's prototype name. G Ganarada's prototype name was Phoenix. Bear type was the prototype name for Hagar Daguma. Tyranno type was Kachagil's prototype name. Sea Animal type was Killer Volka's prototype name. A fitting name, but Mika Laurel's prototype name was Tall Devil. The same can be said for Nata Nagina's prototype name, which he was used to be called as Long Dragon. Saint Aquas had a couple of prototype name. The first one being Brachius, then Long Dragon type, then Long Dragon type Kai, which is pretty interesting. Another simple one, but Sha-Noz-Chi prototype name was Long Snake. Double Head type was Twin Dobru's prototype name. As you guys know, Twin Dobru has two magnets just like Preyas 2. Spin Needle was Windmill's prototype name, and Savage Beast type was Zack Jaguar's prototype name. The first one from the BakuTech Gachi is Tank, and that was the prototype name for Ken Panzer. Autoclose was the prototype name for Akjili. Alien was the prototype name for Ko Tanker. A weird one but long was the prototype name for N-Glide. Eagle was the prototype name for Kal Lukan. This is another weird one, but Hand was the prototype name for Let's Go. Shield was the prototype name for Sea Slug. Night as the time of day, or Night as the soldier, was the prototype name for War Cry. 4 Dragon is Jigen Dragon's prototype name. This signified the 4 different positions that Jigen Dragon can be put in. Another weird one over here, but Ogre Leonis prototype name was 3 Children. 3 Bird was Lasho Falco's prototype name. Web Spider was the prototype name for Barry Beyond. Vermilion Bird type or Vermilion Bird was the prototype name for Gaga Horse. Blue Dragon was Gogaru's prototype name. Black Tiger was Jabafudu's prototype name. Long Snake was Nagadaja's prototype name. This Bakugan shares the same prototype name as Sha-Noz-Chi. Twin Head is the prototype name for Nino Daisho. This can be said also because it has 2 magnets just like Twin Dobru and Preyas 2. Web Lizard is the prototype name of Ospress. It shares a very similar prototype name with Barry Beyond because both of them have the silicon barrier. This Bakugan used to have a very cool prototype name, as its prototype name was Formidable Enemy, which is changed to now as we know it as Sanzu Holoboss. Black Tortoise was the prototype name for Tornado. Prediction or 4 Phases was the prototype name for Yodan Shifur. This can be signified as this Bakugan can be placed in 4 different positions. Tortoise is the prototype name for Made Last Boss, and Dragon Sphere or Giant Dragon Sphere was the prototype name for Drathron. Now the first one from the Bakugan Armor series, we have Red Dragon, which was the prototype name for Rikahiru. I unfortunately do not own him yet. Water Dragon is the prototype name for Hadokayo. Yellow Wings is the prototype name for Ulgon-Hu. Wind Dragon is the prototype name for Sheppu Zeku. Earth Crocodile was the name of Kopu Kadaku. And the last one from the list, we have Blackbird, which is the prototype name for Yasha Tagaras. Alright guys, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe and share for more awesome Bakugan content. And also a huge thanks to the Bakugan Wiki website, as I got most of the Bakugan prototype names from there. So see you guys in the next Bakugan video.